Thank you for joining us now. Let's make sense of some of these top business headline. Now, perhaps one of the biggest headline of the day. Oil marketers have reached into the federal government for, over their proposal to build about 30,000 gas stations to cushion the effect of the proposed subsidy removal on premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol. So talk to us about these, Charles Fakoha. The concern here is how to mitigate the impact of subsidy removal. By the way, the second concern is that the price of this commodity may jack up to around 750 naira. So the first question will be, do we need to fear? Is there any need for concern? Because the federal government has made arrangement and of course securing about $800 million from World Bank to tackle the effect of subsidy removal.
Yes, thank you very much. You mentioned the two key issues there. The price of the product going up to as high as 750 naira per litre, and at the same time the supply, whether we'll be able to meet the supply when the subsidy is removed. Now, these are two key issues, and like I said earlier in the same platform, that the federal government is trying to be proactive. That saying, okay, we're removing the subsidy and we are putting palliative to see how we can mitigate the effect of this subsidy removal. At the same time, the markets are now saying for us to also meet the supply, because it's a matter of demand and supply. Even when you remove subsidy, is the supply going to meet the demand? And the marketers are saying we're going to do about 30,000 liters, to assist.
No, that's 30,000 stations. 30,000 gas stations across the state of the Federation.
This is to also boost the supply in the market. And once you have enough supply, of course, even when you remove subsidy, prices are likely to go up in the short run. But we believe that in the medium to long term, prices will stay in line. And that is the essence. Yes, there are concerns for fear because any change comes with pain. Now, removing subsidy is a major policy decision of this government. And whether we like it or not, it's going to disrupt so many things and it's going to have an effect. Despite all the measures that the government, the marketers are trying to put in place to mitigate, we are still going to have some issues here and there. But I believe right now that with what is on ground, see some little problems in the short run, but moving forward, medium to long term, we will see prices stabilizing, and of course, as long as the supply is being maintained.
So building about 30,000 gas stations across the Federation is what the marketers are proposing, that the federal government perhaps become a part of that. So how well do you see the government responding to this call? Because yes, it's perhaps their own suggestion. It's coming from this stakeholders' perspective now. So, but whether another issue is whether the federal government will be able to, subscribe to these suggestions is what we do not know yet, because the federal government is big on cash transfer and mass transit, but they didn't think about how they are going to circulate these. They are going to provide supply or make available this product across the Federation.
Okay, if I get your question, we are looking at making this product available to the people.
Now, the question I'm asking is, how sustainably well with this 30,000 gas station address the issue of a supply gap across the state of the Federation? That's one. Secondly, do you think the federal government will respond to this proposal from the marketers?
Okay, yes, we are not saying this 30,000 supply gap is going to solve the problem, but in one way or the other, it's going to reduce the scarcity. That is true. Whether federal government will respond or not, if I have to advise the federal government is just to agree with them and welcome it, because everybody is working at one purpose to ensure that we have supply of this product, and at the same time, the price is not out of the reach of the common man, the average Nigerian. So I believe, yes, the government that is outgoing now will respond to this marketer's proposal of trying to increase supply by 30,000 liters. I think, yes, the government will welcome it, and of course, I see the government cooperating with the marketers.
Let's also put this in perspective so that the viewers can also understand that the gas stations they are talking about 30,000 gas stations is to have as much as filling stations across the state of the Federation. But let's talk about partnership, for instance, right? So what kind of partnership do you think we can bring into the conversation? Perhaps, do you think it should be a joint venture kind of thing in terms of financing and funding so as to be able to, build these filling stations or gas stations across the Federation? Because 30,000, gas stations is quite a lot of money. Even to build one is quite a lot of money.
Yes, I agree with you. However, if the marketers are saying this is what we want to do, they have the capacity. Of course, they don't need to even partner with the government. They should just go alone and start it up. However, if they feel that the project is a very big project for them and they need government assistance, they can approach the government. But I believe for them coming out and telling the government this is what we want to do, they must have made arrangement for all the funding and all the technical details they require in putting up such a facility. Because everybody today, whether it is the marketer, whether it is the consumer, everybody wants to see supply of this product at an affordable rate to the average Nigerian, even when subsidy is removed.
Okay. All right. We hope that, that partnership will work out well. And maybe we should not even depend or probably put our loads on the $800 million that the government is proposing to spend to cushion the effects of this subsidy removal by the time it happens in June. Let's move to the next talking point, or will I say some of the second top business headline now. Loan apps users now on Play Store will lose their ability to access their users' contact or photos from May this year. This came as the federal government said it will enforce the latest policy by Google, saying the action was consistent with the Nigerian authorities' move to curtail the invasion of customers' privacy by loan app firms. As it were, we all know that most Nigerians cannot do without, using this loan app, all right, to loan money or borrow one amount or the other. But there's been record over time that most of these loan users or most of these loan apps or firms, operators, violate customers' privacy. And sometimes they send they access their photos, their contacts, and then in a bid to retrieve their loan, sometimes they violate their privacy as well. So how much of impact would this development bring into or sanity? How much of sanity would this development bring into the sector? Talk to us about this.
Yes, you have said it already. Any game that is not being regulated, there are no rules and regulation, you see the players misbehaving. So you have said to bring sanity to all that online lending, digital lending operations and all that, there needs to be some form of sanity. If somebody has taken a loan from those loan app company, there should be some ethics and professionalism in how you recover your money. So what they've been doing before, they throw ethics out of the window. There is no professionalism. So the federal government now coming to say this is a welcome development, and I believe that these loan app companies should also follow suit, because you can also recover your money by being professional and ethical. And at the end of the day, both the person who took the money and of course the companies will all be better at the end of the day. Professionality needs to be applied in all facets of this digital operation.
All right, and coupled with the fact that the new Google policy updates, of course, will provide respite for loan app users in Nigeria and other places that have become accustomed to crude loan retrieval method employed by the majority of these loan apps. And it's interesting that the federal government just recently registered or licensed a few apps, all right, to be able to operate in the sector not quite long. Perhaps that should bring a sanity into the sector as well. So let's talk about the earnings, export earnings in Nigeria, which has dropped to 10.1% in 2022 from about 12% in 2021. That is in spite of concerted effort to diversify the nation's export earnings. And you remember the some of the schemes, all right? Yeah, schemes and forex initiatives, okay, carried out, or will I say initiated by the CBN then, to encourage repatriation of forex earnings. So yet we're still seeing a drop or decline in our export earnings. So talk to us about this. How concerned are you about this?
Yes, I'm really concerned because the federal government, well, shows a lot of genuineness in terms of increasing our export earnings, our dollar earnings, and we have seen all the measures, the ROT 200, and they are even telling you if you repatriate your dollar, this is what you are going to get, trying to incentivize people to do more exports so that to boost our earnings. But from your report, you have seen that it has declined. It has declined. Now, what it shows is that all those measures are not enough. We need to still do more, and at the same time begin to reassess and review some of those other processes we are putting in place and see why we are not getting the desired result. Which are the ministries or the agencies that are involved? What has gone wrong? What did they do right? And see how they can review politically, and if there are agencies or parents who are in the process of not ensuring that the desired objectives of this government in terms of increase in the revenue and earnings are identified, those ones should just be left to go. Because we need to improve our export earnings. For us to improve and strengthen the naira, we need to improve our export earnings, increase our revenue, because we have so many things to do in the Nigerian economy. So, yes, the government has seen that for their efforts are not yielding the desired result. They should do more, at the same time review what has happened to some of the existing measures not achieving the desired results or objectives.
There's a National Development Plan of 2025, which seeks to achieve about 44 trillion naira export revenue by the year 2025. How realistic is this target, this figure by 2025, given the decline in our export earnings?
Yeah, that's a very strong statement. Planning gives you an opportunity to invent the future. He who failed to plan has already planned to fail. So, yes, it's good to have that planning, but at the same time, you have the plan on ground. It needs to be implemented. Yes, despite the challenges here and there, that plan must be vigorously implemented. And if at the end of the day, because if you have planned to achieve something 100% and you're able to achieve 80 or 90%, I think you have done quite well. It's just to improve on what you are doing. Yes, it's realistic, as long as all the players involved are able to do what is expected of them and even go beyond and have a review on the quarterly basis and see what they are doing right, what they are not doing right. I believe we will to achieve that export target in 2025 if the plan is well coordinated and implemented.
Well, I think good one there. But let's move to the next story in line, and we'll look at Nigeria's debt profile. For instance, debt servicing rose by 14.68% in 2022. That's according to DMO. They're saying that Nigeria's debt servicing bill went up by 14.68%, right, to 3.36 trillion in 2022. And if you look at the debt, the total debt stock, remember that DMO had earlier reported that Nigeria's total debt stock stood at 46.25 trillion naira as of December 2022. So, how worse can it get as the administration winds down in about a few weeks ago, or 2 months, less than 2 months now?
Well, first of all, I will congratulate DMO for keeping accurate record for our debt profile, our debt stock in terms of domestic and external debt. That agency is doing what is expected of them to do. But whether they have the capacity to advise the government and say, this your debt you are taking is so much, That's for another day. But for me, for now, they are doing what they expected to do, to give us the statistics, and since they are advising the government on the figures. Yes, it is quite unfortunate that this great government has taken so much debt and debt stock has increased. For now, these few weeks they have left, I don't expect them to increase these debts. They should just see any bilateral relation in terms of taking more credit or taking more debt to embark on any project. This should be left for the incoming government. And we're looking at debt. When you are taking debt, you also have to look at your revenue side. How do we block this leakage so that the revenue can at least be able to service some of this debt? Because now we need to service all our debt before we think of paying back this debt. Yes, if you also look at the GDP to debt ratio in Nigeria, the DMO will still tell us, or finance ministry will still tell us that they are still within manageable level. But I believe personally that we should just put a stop in terms of any borrowing from the federal government, even from the state government, because we just have few weeks to hand over to a new government. Let the new government take it from there and come up with their own strategy as to how to increase our revenue so we can service this debt, and at the end of the day, have a plan as to how we're going to pay off all these debts.
If you look at figures or statistics since the President Buhari came into power in 2015, a report shows that there has been upward trend in the debt profile of the country from around maybe 9 trillion back then in 2015 to around 46 trillion just in about a space of 7 to 8 years. So that's quite alarming according to most analysts. So we hope that perhaps the government will be able to use the current surge in the price of crude oil to maximize, take advantage of the current price crude oil surge to impact on the oil revenue. I hope. Yes, I hope that will be that will cushion the effect of what Nigerians are running in. Running broke. So Charles, I think we'll just have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, Charles Fakoha is an IBrand analyst. Thank you for your time again. Have a great day.
Thank you.
We'll take a break now. When we return over to the equities market and look at the week in view outlook for the market as the market or trading resumes Tuesday after Easter break. Please join us again.